I'm Lynn. Welcome back to my kitchen. I'm making some comfort food today. I'm making mac and cheese, which is super yummy and super comforting. Even though it's still kind of warm around here, there's nothing like a nice bowl of something cheesy and comforting. So that's what I'm making. Let me tell you what you need and then we'll get going. I've already started. I've got a pot of salted water there and my pasta, the water was boiling. There it goes. I'm using cavatappi. I do not like elbows. I have a weird texture thing with certain pasta shapes. I don't know. So I'm using that. It's kind of similar, but it's got ridges, more places for the cheese to hide, which is good. You can use any kind of pasta you want. If you have certain favorites, you can use ziti, whatever. Macaroni and cheese, this pasta and cheese. Anyway, so there's that. That's going. Salted water, I put it in, I stirred it a little bit so it doesn't stick together too much. I'm going to need butter, flour, so I'm going to make a roux, salt and pepper. Oh, my cheeses. I got to get my cheeses out. And what else? Panko for the top. I'm going to do a little breadcrumb topping. So I am going to let that go for a couple of minutes and I'll be right back. Okay, so my cavatappi is over here draining in the sink, and I'm going to throw a little olive oil over it so it doesn't stick. It's just draining in a colander, and I'm going to toss it a little because it's going to sit there for a few minutes, and I'll finish telling you what else I've got going here. So I've got heavy cream, I've got whole milk. You can pare it down a little with half and half or 2% if you want. So I grated my cheese. I've got 8 ounces of gruyere and 8 ounces of sharp cheddar. You can use any good melting cheese. Fontina is really good here too. But this is a really good combination. This gruyere is so buttery and yummy. So I reserved a little bit of the cheddar and I'm going to reserve a little bit of the gruyere for the top. And now I'm going to make my roux and we'll get going on the sauce while that's hanging out over there. So what do I need? I got to look at my thing because I forgot how much flour. You know, you got to cheat sometimes. Half a cup. And okay. So I'm going to melt some butter. I should melt pretty quickly because this pan is still hot. I've got my oven preheated at 375. Okay, get that in there, get that on. I should have cut it up, it would melt a lot faster, but that's all right. We also need 2 tablespoons of butter for the panko, because I'm going to make a bread topping, and half a cup of flour. We're going to do the roux, flour and butter, and then we're going to do the cream and the milk, throw the cheese in, put the mac and cheese, macaroni, whatever, the pasta in there, and then just do the topping and bake it, and that's it. It's really pretty easy. I know it's easy to open up a box of mac and cheese and do that, but this is really not not difficult at all. And you can buy your cheese pre-grated, so you don't have to do that. It took me a couple of minutes to do that, but no big deal. I did it just on a box grater. And come on, let's get that going. A little quicker if you cut it up. I don't want it on too high. When I get my flour in there, I don't want it to burn. I just keep moving it around. It's a lot of butter, but it's also a lot of pasta and a lot of cheese, and it goes a long way. It's going to be lots and lots of leftovers here because there's only 2 of us and there's enough to feed, probably 8 people. But, leftovers are good. You can share it with people, or if you've got a big family, this will feed a small army. Okay, we're good there. Now we're going to get our flour. I'm going to get it everywhere, like I usually do. And for this, you want to whisk. mix that in. Get that all incorporated. And you're just getting it going until the flour is all incorporated and it kind of smells a little nutty. Turn it down a little. And also got hot spots on this stove. Whoa! Wow, that was close. Monkeying around. So it has like a little bit of a nutty smell. It starts to get a little golden. Just cooking out that flour taste. Okay, and now we can get our cheese in. That's a lot of cheese. Turn it down. This is going to be, our sauce is going to be cheese all over the stove, of course. I love cheese. Okay, let's stir that up. And I'm going to pop that up a little bit more. I'm going to stir in my milk. I'm going to get that all over the, so I need, this is one, I need 3. Should have put this in first. I get all flummoxed when I'm doing videos. It doesn't matter. It's all going to be good. So that was 3 cups of milk and 1 cup of heavy cream. I'm going to cook that down. Not going to cook it down, but we're going to allow it to get warm and melt the cheese. So the milk should have gone in first. See that? Mess. I do know how to cook. Just make it a mess. And then our pasta's going to go back in here, and I hope it doesn't overflow. That's melting nicely. Just going to let that melt, and then we're going to make our breadcrumb topping. Nope, that's the wrong burner. Had this oven for 10 years, and I still don't know which burner is which. Stay, stay, stay. Need 2 tablespoons. I'm just going to eyeball that. And panko. Use regular breadcrumbs. Make your own regular breadcrumbs. I like panko. Use this one. Get it all over myself. I'll let that butter melt down. That shouldn't take too long. Give that another stir. Not melting fast enough, so let's get it going. Pop it up a little bit. Just till everything's melted. The butter is melting here. Almost there. Good enough. And we'll put in this. And we'll give that a stir. Maybe. Get that all, get the breadcrumbs to soak up all that butter. Give that another stir. That was a lot of cold milk and cold cream, so that's why it's taking a little bit, but it is melting. I'm getting some, I can see those cheese pulls. It's gonna be yummy. Okay. This we just want to get a little golden, get it to soak up all that butter. Just keep stirring it. Okay. Just keep stirring it so nothing burns. Give this another stir. I think we're good enough here. We can put our pasta in. That is super cheesy. A little salt, a little bit of pepper. And put a little nutmeg in there too. want. Sounds weird, but anytime you're using like a white sauce, a little tiny bit of nutmeg is yummy. Alright, so now I'm going to try not to destroy everything, and I'm going to put my pasta in here and hope that it doesn't go everywhere. Ah, success. Get that all in there. Just going to cook it down a little. So when you cook your pasta, you want to cook it a little bit, like 1 or 2 minutes less than what the package says, because it's going to cook in the oven. It's going to bake, so, and it's going to soak up all this liquid in the oven. All right, let's check. Oh, let's burn our breadcrumbs. Let's not pay attention to what we're doing, and let's burn our breadcrumbs. All right, we're going to do that again. And we're going to pretend that didn't happen. But it does happen. So you know what we're going to use instead? Oh, skillet. Pan is being dramatic over there. You watched that happen, didn't you? Try again. Oh boy. And I'm a messy cook. Look. A mess. What a mess. Listen, you do you. This is just an idea. Good ingredients. It's all going to be good. I'm going to do that again. It happens. Okay, so I'm going to let that sit for a minute. Might even taste it. See if it needs more salt. But it's going in the oven. These little noodles, they cute. Okay. Be that way. Oh my God. They're so good. I don't want to get carried away because I'm going to burn my panko again. No, I'm not. Okay. Ready? This is a lesson. I did that just to teach you a lesson. Not to forget about your breadcrumbs. This is better anyway, because look, more surface area hitting the heat. Yeah. As soon as that's done, I'm going to get that in the oven. I'm going to forget that I burned my breadcrumbs. It's not the first time I burned something. I burned marshmallows on camera. It's okay. I'm just home cook. Just doing the best I can. So it takes a little bit. Turn it up too high. Don't get impatient. Just toasting them. I don't want to get distracted again. It's easy to get distracted when you're trying to talk and you're trying to explain and you're doing multiple things. So once we get this in the oven, we can forget it for a half hour and just have a glass of wine. I don't drink, but you can. Okay, we're almost there. Starting to get some color. The color you want is not black. It's light brown. Just toasted. Just beautifully toasted. I can see the bottom of them getting nice and toasty. They're also going to toast a little bit in the oven too. This will be on top. The oven's at 375. I think I told you that. I think I'm going to call that. And so now I've got my 9x13. I buttered it. You can just spray it if you want. You don't have to butter it. Now I'm going to try not to make a disaster when I pour that into there. So yeah, let me get some hand cook direction. Let's see how this goes. It is heavy. Yay. We did it. All right. Now, if you had some bread, you could sop that up. That would be so good. Okay, so we're gonna smooth that out. Get that cheese all on top. We're gonna put more cheese on top. Look it, they're still toasting. See, I'm glad I took them off when I did, because they're still toasting. Okay. All over the top. As much or as little as you want. You've probably done a little more, but that's okay. Plenty of cheese in there. And now, just going to mess. I don't mind a mess as long as the food is good. Just gonna sprinkle. Don't use your hands because they're hot. You can do this ahead. I didn't really need to be doing this while I was doing everything else. But they did get nice and golden brown. That's gonna be so yummy. Gives you that nice little crunch on the top. Now, if you want, I know some people balk at this, but you can add other things in here. You can make it a little spicy, put some red pepper flakes, or put some veggies in there. If you want to get your kids to eat some veggies, you can do that too. This is purely mac and cheese, so I'm going to get it in the oven and we'll be back in 30 minutes to taste it. Hello again. I took my mac and cheese out of the oven and it is bubbling away. I don't know if you could hear it. It is just like snap, crackle, pop. It's amazing. It's all bubbly and cheesy. It looks amazing. So I'm probably going to burn my mouth, but I have to taste it. So let's get in there. It absorbed all that liquid. It thickened up. It's all nice and creamy and cheesy. Yeah, so it was in there for 30 minutes. Didn't need any longer than that. All right, are you ready? Am I ready? Oh my God. I love the crunch of the panko. Surprisingly not that hot. I mean, it is, but you want a bite? Wow, that is so good. I think I forgot to mention that when I don't know, maybe I did mention it, I salt and peppered the cheese mixture, but you know, salt it to taste. Other than someone who doesn't like cheese, I don't know who wouldn't like this. That's amazing. Look how much I have. Hubby's gonna be super happy about this. He's a big fan of pasta and a big fan of cheese, so it's gonna be a comfort food night. All right. What am I making in October? I'm making butternut squash soup. Keeping in theme with the seasons. I don't have anything planned yet for November. If you have any suggestions, you can email the reference desk, reference@cumberlandlibrary.org. If you have any comments or suggestions at any time, send them to that email address. We'll give the reference desk a call or stop in and see us. We've got all kinds of fun stuff coming up. Well, we always have fun stuff coming up. There might be something spooky happening at the library in October, so watch out for that. And keep coming back and watching, because I'm glad you're still enjoying my videos. And I will see you soon. Take care.